And we're off for Noah. We have a little bit of a desync for Pepsi. Okay, well, anyways, here we are in Spaceship. Pretty easy goal. Just get to this Mafia man over here so you can actually get into the real level. We're going to be getting a couple of things in this level. We're going to be getting 2 yarn in order to craft a special hat that will make us sprint faster.
And going fast is important.
Yes, it's very important. It's pretty much the most important piece of equipment that we'll need for this entire
Noah's having
speed
a very
run.
bad start right now.
Yeah. Yeah, so Pepsiaverage is taking a very early lead. So Noah's going out of his way to get some yarn right now, which Pepsiaverage already got. You can see we do a little bit of a cutscene manipulation here. When you kill the Mafia Man, you get a cutscene pop up for the timepiece. You can craft the sprint while you're in that cutscene, so you can have 2 cutscenes overlay on top of each other. It saves 1 cutscene worth of time.
It's annoying to have to watch stuff, so we're gonna try to relay as much as we can. We only make 3 hats throughout the run, so it's not too hard to find spots to do it.
Alright, so now we're in the 2nd level, Shaking from Outer Space. You can see we had to actually have 5 pawns in order to unlock this level. So at the end of Welcome to Mafia Town, we picked up 5 pawns that are just hanging out around the fountain by the timepiece. It's better to do this level first, like to go out of your way and get the pawns in order to get into this level, because there's a lot of yarn you can get in this level while you're on your way to the objective. And getting this yarn will let you craft the 2nd hat that we make, the Brewer hat. And that hat will speed up things for Barrel Battle and a couple of other levels coming up.
Mostly used in the beginning of the run. After next few levels, we really won't see it for a while.
Yeah.
So we're going to be having the sprint head on for the majority of this run.
Yeah, we're equipping a kid's hat. He was trying to menu in order to craft a brewer's hat, which he just did right there. You'll see Noah do the same thing, probably. Yeah.
Menuing's really hard in this game.
Yeah. I know some runners who have, like, rebound keys on their controller just to menu better.
It's something I should probably do, but effort.
So this section of the level they're in right now is kind of an auto-scroller. As long as you get to where the Mafia Man's going to be running to, as long as you get to where the Mafia Man is going to be running to and staying at before he does, then you can't lose any time. Looks like Noah had a little bit of trouble on that one, though. You can see, like, they're running forward. Both of the runners were running forward and then standing still. It's because they know where the Mafia Man is going to stop from running, and you can just wait for the pawns to drop.
In general, this level, I don't want to say it's a hard level, but it has a lot of minute time saves, and it's just a very big reset point. Generally. Just because some small mistakes can cost a lot of time. It's the 2nd level, so it feels... I don't want to say... it's hard to find the right words, but... It's easy to feel like you should not lose so much time in this level because it's so early on. I guess is the best way to put it.
Alright, so this is Barrel Battle. This level is part of the reason why we wanted Brewer Hat early. We'll also be using Brewer Hat in the next level, but we'll get to that when it comes. But you can see Pepsiaverage is using the Brewer Hat to attack these Mafia Men. 2 of the Mafia Men in the first phase turn red after you hit them a couple times. Normally you're supposed to jump on their head, but if you have the brewer hat, you can just throw it at them. So it's faster to just charge your brewer hat and throw it at them than jump on their head.
Can also be used to speed up the fight because a brewer does 2 umbrella hits, so you don't actually need to swing as much. Some people still will swing the same amount anyways, just because brewer hat hitbox is kind of weird, but can be used to do as much damage as quickly as possible.
Yeah, and here you can see the little exploit in this level. If you stand in this entire general area, you can just stand still the entire auto-scroller section of this part and not get hit the entire time.
It's useful, but it's kind of boring.
Yeah, yeah. Alright, so at the end of this level, you can see Pepsiaverage just did it. At the end of this level, there's usually a cutscene that you have to watch, but since you can pause, you can exit to hub and then just not have to worry about anything. Like, normally you'd have to spam through the dialogue and it would just take forever.
I think there's some animations you would have to watch without being able to skip them.
Yeah. So, now we're entering the 4th level, down with the Mafia. This level has a boss fight in it, which means there's also going to be some RNG in it. Not too much RNG, it's up to like 15 seconds time loss, comparing worst to best RNG.
And it's pretty much the only RNG throughout the run. There's 1 or 2 other aspects, but this is the only real important one.
Yeah. This boss and the final boss are the main sources of RNG in this run. The rest of it has very little amount.
There's only one other technical aspect of RNG, and it'll save you 3 seconds and is incredibly unlikely as it is, so it's not really anything to pay attention to.
Yeah, so Pepsiaverage is coming up on the boss fight now. The unique thing to pay attention to for this boss fight is every time he goes back into the stage and throws his sandbags down on the ground, you lose 6.5 seconds. Well, that's not necessarily true. Each phase, he's guaranteed to do that attack at least once. So if he does it more than once per phase, then it's bad time loss.
And what am I trying? I had something to say now, I completely forget. It'll come back to me.
Alright, so you can see on Noah's screen, he's doing some interesting platforming right now. The little fight sequence that Pepsiaverage had to go through, you can skip by platforming on top of the cutscene trigger, and it looks like Noah actually got it, so good job for him. It saved about 5 seconds. So getting a tiny bit of a lead. And this is the boss fight that we were talking about earlier. Every time he goes back, like you can see on Pepsiaverage's screen right now, that's the attack you don't want to get. Every other attack you want to get before the sandbag attack.
There is, I won't call it an attack, but he just stands there and like screams, and that loses a 1.5 seconds, I think.
Yes.
You also want to try and avoid that. That's not as important to avoid as the sandbags.
Yeah, so there's a trick coming up soon for Pepsiaverage. He's going to make the Mafia boss stay on the left side of the screen, and he's going to run to the right side of the screen and charge his brewer hat. And what this does is makes the Mafia man do a backflip to the other side, try and do his new attack, the Mafia ball. But because of you holding the brewer hat, it changes your collision for some reason, so you can actually get stuck behind the Mafia man. And when he tries to do his Mafia ball attack, he'll glitch out and fall to the bottom of the earth, and eventually hit a death barrier, and then you can just grab the timepiece.
Likely the death barrier is pretty low. There are some, especially with the final boss, you can have her fall through and she won't die for a very long time. So this one's just a couple seconds. it's much faster than actually doing the fight.
Yeah, that skip saves. If that skip wasn't possible, there would be a lot more RNG in this level. It would be like up to like, I don't know, I want to say over 30 seconds for sure.
Yeah, I haven't done the fight, like the final few phases in a long time. I forget how many there are.
Yeah.
I don't know how many attacks you need, so definitely a lot more RNG.
So you can see on Pepsiaverage's screen right now, he's entering a time rift. These are pretty quick secret levels that you can find, and they're basically just platforming. There's no real goal to them other than just get to the end. So you can see he's trying to just get as fast as a timepiece as possible. There's no real goal to meet. And
Oh,
Noah...
you got that.
Ooh, I should have been explaining that. Noah is actually doing a different level. You can do both of these levels in either order. Noah decided to do the Golden Vault first, and he just did a pretty hard trick.
And then this is the easy one.
Yeah. So what he's trying to do is damage himself and then pick up a ticket. Ooh,
No.
he can't do it anymore unless he
There's
finds
a hard pawn by the yarn. I don't know if he knows it's there.
I hope he knows that. What is he doing? He's just standing still. Okay, he found a hard pawn. Probably faster than going to get the fourth ticket. Fourth ticket is very far away. There you go.
Also got to get the first one that he skipped by duping the, but either way, that's still faster. I'm guessing.
Yeah. The first duplication that he did was a very hard set of jumps in order to actually take damage and fall and keep your iframes for long enough to actually grab the second ticket.
Normally you want to try and land on that railing that he landed right next to, and most of the time when that happens, you don't have enough time to go up to the ticket, but he still managed to make it. Very impressive. Like you saw, Pepsiaverage actually went around and grabbed one of the tickets that Noah duped. But we'll still going to dupe this last one, because the final one is just way too far away.
So now Noah is going to sewers. Whereas Pepsiaverage is finishing up Golden Vault. Both levels are about the same length.
If you do fast shots on both, they're both roughly 32, 33 seconds. Maybe 34. So the next level Pepsi's going to is costs 100 pawns to unlock, which is why we go our way for some of these pawns. If you get good enough luck, especially with the guy from She Came From Outer Space, that second level we did, you shouldn't need to worry too much, but it is something to keep your eye on. God, my phone's not even charging.
Yeah, so the goal of the level that Pepsiaverage is in right now is to shut off all of these valves that Mustache Girl opened, and they apparently control the city's lava volcano supply or something. And now Mafia Town is on fire.
Well, isn't the volcano in your town controlled by faucets?
I mean, yeah, we're gonna be seeing some death warps in this level probably. Coming towards the end of the level, ooh, it's unfortunate damage for Pepsiaverage. Coming towards the end of the level, it's faster to kill yourself at the second last valve, so that you can teleport to the first one really quick.
You can do another one that Noah may be going for, but you have to be pretty precise to make it faster.
Yeah, actually, Noah took some intentional damage at the very beginning, which makes it look like he might... Yeah, it looks like he's gonna be going for the second one.
That boost off that palm tree is a lot harder than it looks.
Yeah, you can see Pepsiaverage had to go out of his way to grab a hard pawn. You need 3 HP to make this lava boost over here. Well, you need 2 to get over there, but...
if you only have 2, you'll die before you want to.
Yeah.
You
You want to have 3,
around,
so
it's faster to do the lava boost.
Yeah, so you can see Noah just did the death warp, and Pepsiaverage also did one.
Wait, can you make it with that die boost that Noah was about to go for off the wooden plank there?
I don't think so. You can take... I don't know if you can take damage off of it. But it's faster to jump off the plank and dive boost on the yellow dome. Yes, Pepsiaverage is finishing up, heating up Mafia Town. One thing to note is you might see a little bit of desync in our players' timers. That's due to load times. Looks like these guys have a little bit different load times.
They also didn't start at the same time, which is bad. Did he miss that faucet? No, I don't think he got it. Oh, no, he got it. Okay.
If you kill yourself before the faucet actually triggers, it's a catastrophic time loss because you have to go all the way back.
And it's so far away. There's a reason we jump into the lava and kill ourselves to get back. Pepsi's now doing the final level of Mafia Town for now. There is one more level we're going to do later, but it requires 50 pawns, and we just sort of went broke paying for heating up Mafia Town. So we'll come back later.
So Noah is actually 13 seconds behind right now, although it might look like a lot more. Because of the, like we said, the little desync of time we have. Pepsiaverage is in the second time rift for this level, for this chapter. It's also the last level in this chapter we'll see for a very long time. We'll be coming back to this chapter later for one more level. We can't do that level right now because we need more pawns, so instead of farming for pawns in Mafia Town, we're just going to go to the next chapter and get them there. So now Pepsiaverage is heading towards what would normally be the third chapter, but it's actually the second chapter in the speedrun. We do it before the true second chapter because in the second chapter you need a lot of pawns to unlock a couple levels, and kind of the same concept as unlocking the level in Mafia Town. We just need to get more pawns, and it's faster to just grab pawns as you're getting timepieces at the same time.
We also need an item that we find here, so to do one of the levels in chapter 2. So we'd have to come here eventually anyways, so on top of pawns it's more beneficial to get that item before we end up going to chapter 2.
So this segment that Pepsiaverage is in right now is a really long cutscene that unfortunately is really hard to skip. There is a skip for it, which Noah is going for. If Noah gets this first try, then he will probably be ahead. It is a very hard trick though, so let's see if he gets it. He's gonna be jumping on the trees and trying to jump over the cutscene. Unfortunately, he doesn't get it. So he's just, he's gonna, try it once. Yeah, if you keep trying it over and over again and just can't get it, it could be huge time loss, and it's probably not what you want, especially in a race setting.
Yeah, there have been times I was sitting there for multiple minutes because I was too, I wanted to get it and I just wasn't getting it. Each try costs about 25 seconds.
Yeah, so a section of the level that Pepsiaverage is in right now is you need to grab all these paintings and throw them in the fire. After you do that, the timepiece will spawn and the red wall in the level will actually disappear as well. You can see on Noah's screen the red wall on the right side. Lowering this wall will allow you to do the next level, and in the next level we will also burn down the blue wall so that we can do a couple more levels.
There is a death warp we can do here, grabbing the timepiece and then dying to respawn back in this level. Pepsi isn't going for it, is not going for it though. Which, I mean, makes sense. It saves 3 seconds, I believe, if done optimally, and if you mess it up, it's kind of bad.
Yeah, looks like Noah is going for said death warp because he just took some intentional damage.
Paintings are very annoying to get thrown,
Yes.
so it's not hard to have them land right next to the fire instead of going in it.
Alright, Noah's going for the death warp. So what he's
Somebody's gonna
gonna
climb
do
the
is
tree.
try and get this cherry up on top with this dweller. He's having a hard time picking it up. It can be really finicky to actually pick up the cherry when it's stuck in the tree like that.
Took me
So
a
hopefully he
long
can pick it up quickly.
Took me a long time to get a good setup to actually do it consistently.
So you can see on Pepsiaverage's screen, we're entering Subcon Well. It's the second level of Chapter 3 here. Noah's doing the Death Warp right now. Let's see if
Oh
he gets
no!
it.
Oh! I thought he was
Okay,
about to
he's
die.
just gonna... Yeah. It's better that he didn't die
Oh,
than pick
without
up
a
the
doubt.
timepiece. Yeah, if he died without picking up the timepiece, he would have to do the entire level over again, including that bag sequence.
No, the bag will be gone.
Yeah, you're right. You would have to...
But he'd have to
Because
still
you-
spawn above it, have to slide all the way back down and redo the paintings.
Yeah.
It's like a minute and a half time lost, almost 2 minutes.
I'm interested to see what yarn Pepsiaverage is going to pick up, because he's skipping
Still-
2
still.
really fast yarn that he can pick up right now.
He did get the freezer yarn, so there's one.
Yeah.
He's probably gonna go for a CTR yarn. That'd be my guess.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, you can see on Noah's screen, Pepsiaverage also did this. He's going out of his way to burn these paintings. It's not required to burn the paintings to finish the level, but it unlocks a lot of other levels that you can do. It makes one level a lot faster to do, and then it makes 2 levels possible to do. So,
I don't know if
that's it.
there's a way around it without lowering it, but it takes like 30 seconds to do it. It's much faster to just lower the wall.
Yeah, so you can see on Noah's screen, he's also going for a trick where you dive in. You got it. Where you dive in between the tree and the well, and because there's nothing in front of you to bonk on, the game just sends you flying straight up. So you can just get launched up and not have to do the dweller puzzle that Pepsiaverage had to do.
So as you can see in the chest that Noah just opened, we got the hook shot, which just works as a hook shot. And we need it for this level and one other. But those are pretty fast. Well, I mean, faster than a lot of the other options for levels. And they do unlock a lot more quicker levels afterwards, so it is important to do them.
Let's see if Pepsiaverage knows he does know the trick. Very few people actually do this trick.
I don't know why.
Yeah, well, it's because everybody does bag skip now. If you do bag skip, you can't.
Fair
do
enough.
if you do bag skip, you can't do what just happened on Pepsiaverage's screen, which is if you don't do bag skip, then when you complete this level and get out of here, a pause screen will come up,
Oh, well.
and you can control Hat Kid while you're in that pause screen if you switch to keyboard. And by doing that, you can grab the timepiece and.
Oh,
Okay, Noah is having a really hard.
No.
This is terrible for Noah right now. See what he does to get back up there. He's trying to wall climb on this wall and jump off of the wall to hit this hook shot that's not on the screen. His problem is that he doesn't go far enough forward.
well, you can actually climb that pipe that he slipped on, but he made it at least. So Pepsi, we're doing Vanessa Manor, but we don't actually have the contract for that yet, so we're just going to load into a different level and just walk through it. It's a little bit faster, a couple seconds. I forget exactly how much time, what the timing is, but we're just skipping everything here, honestly. I don't think there's one area of Manor we actually do the intended way.
Yeah, no. So the section Pepsiaverage is in right now is actually you're supposed to like be hitting these bells and grabbing cherries and blowing up these ice walls, but you can just jump over every single ice wall.
Well, that's one you can just normally jump over. I don't know what the devs are thinking, honestly. Unless they
Yeah.
said, alright, jump over it, go for it.
You
I
can
don't
either
know.
blow it up or just jump over it.
Missing a lot of die boost going into it.
Alright, Noah making his way to the level that Pepsiaverage is in right now.
Oh.
So you can see on, ooh, okay, on Pepsiaverage's screen, he was just trying to skip this cutscene. If you jump on the door to this room, you can actually jump on top of the door and then double jump over the cutscene, and you won't have to watch it. So it's pretty minor time loss, but still unfortunate that he missed it.
It looked like he kicked off right away, so at least he didn't lose too much time trying it.
Noah got through the ice platform phase a lot faster than Pepsi did.
He's still behind by
We'll be
quite
able
a bit,
to.
though.
Well, yeah,
How
we'll
well
see.
was just disastrous.
Yeah, that well was crazy. Alright, so now Pepsiaverage has a couple of different levels he could be doing. Right now it looks like he's going to be doing the village time rift. Yeah. So this time rift is really far out of the way. I think it's the furthest away in the entire game.
And 90% anyways.
Yeah, for sure, 90%.
I think
Um,
Curly Tail Trail's a bit further away.
yeah, anyways, you just make your way over here to this gated area, and then jump up on top of this little tower. There's actually a lot of different ways to get on this tower, so I'm interested to see which way Pepsiaverage does it. Looks like... Alright, he's going for the safest way, which is to bounce on all three of these spiders and then jump over. It's definitely the safest way, and always the most consistent.
I've messed up every single way more than once, so I can't blame him.
Yeah, so we have a little bit of a route difference right now. Noah is deciding to do the other time rift in this chapter first, before Village. He's going to be doing Pipe, which Pepsiaverage is probably going to be doing after this level. So Pipe, the level that Noah's on, is pretty dependent on a cycle. He's going to be trying his hardest to make the fast cycle. Right now he's on pace for it. The very
It's
beginning
not the hardest
is,
cycle to make, but it can be, like, any mistake can throw it off by a bit.
Looks like he's gonna get it. The cycle he wants to make is for this gear to be up, and so that you can grab this hook shot right away. So it's basically
Yeah, he made
the
it.
hard part done. Pepsiaverage just finished its village. I was not paying attention, but
He hit the bell.
looks like he got the bell jump first try. So good
Yeah.
job for him. On that level, there's a puzzle that you're supposed to go through, where you basically walk around the timepiece, but with some specific jumps, you can get straight to the timepiece instead of doing the entire puzzle.
We'll point that out once Noah does it.
Yeah, so now Pepsiaverage is doing the level that Noah just did, and Noah is doing the level that Pepsiaverage just did. After these two levels, there's only one more level in Subcon, which is mail delivered.
What is this? I've never seen someone go on those blocks like that before. The way Pepsi just did.
Yeah, it doesn't look like... Pepsi's not going to make the same cycle that Noah did. Oh, he's actually on the second gear. I don't think he knows that you can go from the first hook shot to the second one and skip that gear. Unfortunately, he's actually 2 cycles behind what Noah did. Noah's doing another way to get up to the Village Rift. Looks like he had a little bit of trouble getting up there, but you can also get a max height double jump and then dive into it. and that gives you just enough height to actually climb up the entire tower.
I think that's probably the, I don't, it's not the fastest way, but it's the fastest way that doesn't involve precise jumps. Or incredibly precise jumps, I should say.
So there we go, Pepsiaverage finishing up village.
So coming up is this bell jump we were talking about on from Pepsi. You just jump on the bell. Well, you try and jump on the bell. Then you just jump with some tie boost into the timepiece. It is possible to, if you hit the bell, to land on the platform without grabbing the timepiece. So generally it's just safer to hit the bell, but it is a tiny bit faster not to.
Oh, somewhere in those two levels we had a leading change. Noah's ahead of Pepsiaverage by 1 second, so that's interesting. Pepsiaverage going crazy with the with the mail. Oh my god, he's ruthless. He's a Gatling gun. What is he doing? Oh man. So he's trying to hit this this mail delivery guy up there.
Looks like he's just sort of hoping to hit instead of like actually aiming it.
That was funny. Dude, I respect those strats. Those are cool.
I mean, aiming's hard.
Yeah.
I stopped playing first-person shooters for a reason.
Yeah, on this section of the run, most runners switch to keyboard and mouse so that they can aim faster.
And controls are inverted on controller.
Yeah, controller controls are just bad. And the sensitivity is super low. You aim worse. It's just
Well, I mean, I'd aim
way
worse
better to do
regardless.
it on keyboard. Yeah.
Alright. Managed to hit everyone for both of them, actually. Perhaps he's just approaching the final guy now.
Yeah, so you can see Noah saved the guy at the very beginning for last, so that he can grab the timepiece and have this little pause screen pop up at the same time.
He tried the same
that allows you
thing.
to, yeah, that allows you to just exit the hub and save a little bit of time. So now we're
weird enough
done
on
with Subcon.
real quick, with that contract, you can't actually move with a contract up like you could in Subcon Well. I don't know what makes the one in Subcon Well different, but it is. So now we have our hookshot and some more pawns. We're going to head over to chapter 2. And all this chapter really is just a feud between two different movie directors. And it can be kind of funny, but unfortunately some levels can be kind of long.
Cough, cough, parade.
Murder's not short either.
Yeah, but parade is twice as long as murder.
Yeah, that's fair. When I play the game casually, I'm like, there has to be a way to clip in this balloon and get the timepiece immediately.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, devs were smart for designing that.
Yeah, we'll see that when we get there. The level we're in right now, Deadbird Studio, is kind of a stealth level. Wow, Noah's screen is super dark. What the heck?
Yeah.
Never seen this section of the area of the level being that dark. Wow. Anyways, Noah did not get caught by any of the birds.
But
If you get caught by a bird, it's pretty terrible time loss.
Some of them aren't as bad, but for the most part, you don't want to.
Yeah, if you get caught in this section that Pepsiaverage is in right now, it's really bad. Particularly by this last bird. Oh.
That jump's kind of annoying because you have to like jump as soon as you can around a corner.
Yeah, like you can't really see where you're going. You just need to kind of know where the platform is.
It just turns to muscle memory eventually. So that bird that you just penguin that you just passed, that penguin will catch you as soon as he sees you. You do not have any leeway with him. Other ones you do, that one you don't, and he sends you so far back. It's terrible.
Yeah, he's commonly referred to as the Terminator bird. For obvious reasons. If he sees you at all, you go back 15 seconds in the level. It's just crazy time loss. And really demoralizing too. It's like sometimes he catches you through the wall and you just don't even know that he caught you.
He has X-ray vision. Come on, obviously.
Yeah, that must be it.
Don't. I mean, isn't that a general penguin thing? I don't know. I'm not a penguin expert. I feel like that's a thing though.
So yeah, Noah's lead for Pepsiaverage has actually grown quite significantly in these past few levels. Pepsiaverage's Mafia Town seemed pretty good. At least compared to Noah's. But now, they were about even coming out of Subcon, but now these two levels are really spreading them apart.
So coming up on Noah's screen is one of the bigger skips in the game. Where you're going to be supposed to go around, collect keys, collect clues, go all around this train. I mean, we're not much fans of that. We're just going to skip all of it.
Yeah, there's a button that you're not supposed to be able to press yet, and that specific button, he's going for it right now, that specific button brings you to the second phase of the entire level, skipping the entire first phase, which is, I mean, we never timed it because we could just skip it, but it's a very long time.
I tried to get all evidence once for the achievement, and it took me 11 minutes.
It's a very long
level too. So.
So Noah just needs to grab a key, press a button, and then he'll be done with this level. He also has to mash a lot of text, but that's the easy part. You can just barely make a jump over there to that button. You have to press that button in order to unlock the area to the final door. There's actually an invisible wall right there where Noah just jumped if you don't press the button. Obviously it would be better if you could just press the button, but...
There's also an invisible wall blocking you from reaching the first button that Pepsi just hit if you don't go get the detective set first. And it's kind of embarrassing when you forget it's there for 50 seconds.
Yeah, I think somebody did that in a run. I forgot who it was, but they were like freaking out. Was that you?
I think it was Afterimage.
After? Yeah, I think it was Afterimage actually.
I did that in my ATP PB. Well, I'm not the current one, but the one before that. So I literally free 50 seconds of time saving murder.
Yeah, now that we've finished Murder on the Express on Nova's side, we are going to go to Picture Perfect, which is the second of the first phase of Axe. Basically in this level you're just walking around trying to gain popularity for your fan club. Looks like Noah actually knows the newest route.
Maybe you missed those guys in the corner.
Yeah, hopefully he realizes.
This jump right here is kind of annoying.
Yeah, if you're a little too far to the right, you get caught under the piano sign.
I generally just wall climb, then double jump onto it, and I make it probably slower, but it's easier.
Yeah. Hey, Noah has actually an interesting route here. I didn't think he would go for this one.
That might be a makeup for the guys he missed in the
was...
corner.
Oh yeah, maybe he knew that. Big brain. Yeah, so he's going to... the reason why we do this route is normally for that dog to spawn that he just hit, is he actually gonna finish? Oh shoot, he needs to do one thing. Good thing he knows there's people right here. Yeah. I think those were the fastest people to get.
Yeah, I think so. Looks like Pepsi's going for the same route.
Yeah.
And he got the guys in the corner.
I don't know why people go to the left right there. It's not faster. You can
Pawns?
You can miss. No. Well, yeah, pawns, but is Pepsi low on pawns?
I don't think so.
I don't think he is. You don't need to get those pawns.
No.
And I've seen it's happened to 2 runners in the tournament already. But you can miss the yarn that's right there. It's like it's such a dumb way to lose. Because normally the yarn is just right in front of you so you can see it.
Yeah.
It's really easy to miss the yarn too because there's a lot of like sound effects in this level. And normally if you do it that way you could only hear the yarn. Noah is in... He's not gonna make that, unfortunately. You can do a special jump in order to get all the way over there. You can conserve your momentum in that platform and make it all the way.
Alright, let's go with both Doom Gallery first.
Yeah.
They have a choice of 3 different levels to do right now. The order doesn't really matter.
Yeah. Speaking of the pawn situation, Pepsiaverage has a whole lot of pawns. He has like 25 more pawns than most runners do going into gallery at this point. So he's doing very nice on pawns. You won't have to worry about him at all for the whole run.
Yeah. We don't even need all that many more at this point. We need 30 for Train Rush, 150 for Big Parade, which is really what we're saving up for, and 50 for cheating the race. But for that, we already get a 44 in Parade.
Yeah.
Speaking of Big Parade, Noah's opting
Yeah.
to do that now.
Yeah, most runners will save this this level last for in Battle of the Birds. Ugh, excuse me, because you need a lot of pawns, and it's just more lenient on your pawn routing. In some cases, you'll be low on pawns, and you won't be able to do Parade right now. But he had more than enough to get into here.
Generally, in my runs, I'll have 150, like 3 entering here to enter Parade, and I do it last. But for some reason, I have to take a look at my pawn route because I generally end up with more than enough recently, and I don't know what I'm doing.
Maybe you're grabbing those extra pawns and picture perfect.
I might be.
Yeah, Pepsiaverage is going to do a little bit of a different route here. Doesn't really matter what order you do these pawns or these levels in.
As long as you have enough pawns, there no difference in speed, and they
Yeah.
both have more than enough pawns, so they can do whatever.
Yeah, so the level Pepsiaverage is in right now, basically it's just run to the end as fast as possible. Whereas on Noah's end of the run, it's sit around and wait for DJ Grooves to tell you to do something.
Then you do it for 5 seconds and get back to waiting.
Yep. Unfortunately, that makes this level very long. It's the second longest level in the run, besides the finale.
Ooh, Peps falls off the edge of that platform. It's not... I think he was on the first one, so it wasn't the end of the world, but you don't want to be falling in this level.
For sure.
I think this level is one of those levels that's just really hard to optimize. I won't say it's the hardest, but it's really hard.
Yeah, this level's... It's the hardest level for me. Like, it's so hard. I always mess up somewhere, because there's like a whole lot of things you can just barely like miss, and it'll lose you a lot of time. Particularly in this section.
Oh yeah, no, Pepsiavage's the hardest.
Yeah, if you fall down in the lava, it's such a bad time loss, because Hackett has to go through this animation where she just can't, like, she can't jump or do anything. He missed a panel. There he goes.
Especially on this, like, X right here, it's so easy to miss one of them.
Oh, he might die. He is on 1 HP. Hopefully, yeah, there he goes.
Dying in this last one is absolutely horrible, because you spawn back outside the train.
Yeah.
It's a minute and a half, probably.
There are tons of health in here as well, but so that makes it a little bit less likely to happen. But there's still a lot of things that can deal damage to you there.
Oh yeah. You can get, like, if you fall in the lava in the last room, it's possible to go under one of the platforms, and if that happens, you're probably gonna die. But So it's still in the same level.
Yeah. So Pepsiaverage is either going to do a time rift or nope, he's going to do a parade now. So now Pepsiaverage is in the same level that Noah is in.
Looks like Noah's almost done with it though.
Yeah. So Noah's in the section where you just have to wait a little bit for the timepiece to fall down.
There it is.
And there he goes.
Get ready.
There is a strat where you can use the ice hat, get to 1 HP, and have the owls knock you into the timepiece, so you can respawn here and do another time rift. But it's kind of hard and it's very punishing to miss. I think the trick saves for roughly 13 seconds, and if you miss it, you lose about 50. So it's just in the end, it just comes down to like angles and timing, and it's not too bad. But it can be hard.
Snow is now doing Train Rush. Well, that Pepsiaverage already did. However, Pepsiaverage still has like 3 minutes left to do in Parade. After both of these runners finish their levels, they will both be doing the 2 time rifts in this chapter, and then they have one quick little 8-second timepiece to get
It's pretty
at the
hard.
end. Yeah, and then you'll be done with Battle of the Birds.
So like Pepsi is doing these switches in the opposite order that Noah is. Not too much of a time difference, but I think it is faster to do it starting from where Pepsi ended.
Yeah, it's faster to do it that way because there's a roof that you can slide on to get to the second switch.
Yeah, I was bonking a slide, so I just started dive boosting it. It's
Yeah.
tiniest bit slower, but still a pretty fast dive boost.
Alright, it actually is better to dive boost.
It's definitely safer, that's all I know for sure.
Yeah. Well, it's better to dive boost if you like get a slanted dive boost. I'm sure you know what I mean. Like you wait
Yeah.
a little bit on the slope. Snow in this last section of Train Rush. Yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier with Pepsiaverage. There's that that animation where if you fall in the lava, you just have to wait for Hector to get up, and it's really annoying.
Looks like both runners are already good on pawns. They both don't have to only need to buy the last level, and they both have enough for it.
Yeah, no more pawn shenanigans necessary.
Unless Pepsi wants to on Parade, because nothing better to do.
Yeah, so Noah's gonna be heading towards Murder on the Owl Express again. He's going here not because he wants to play the level again, but because there's
It's a fun level, though.
Yeah, it's a pretty fun level, but it's also really slow.
The wrong level.
Yeah, I just realized he entered Deadbird Studio. This
Ooh.
happens a lot in Battle of the Birds, actually, because just the way the menuing is set up, it's automatically always going to stand on Deadbird Studio. And if the game doesn't detect your mouse hovering over Murder on the Owl Express, then it won't switch. And when you click, when you left click, it'll just send you to Deadbird Studio.
You know, it actually won't auto-select you if you are in keyboard and mouse before you select the telescope.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
But yeah, when you play keyboard mouse, it doesn't actually select a level at all, like until you start hovering over one, or you mess around with your arrow keys.
That's why, okay, I was talking with Doka about it, and he said he never had that issue, and that's why, because he plays entirely on keyboard.
Yeah, so do I. That's why, like, I'm talking like Sewer after. They say they have this problem, like, how?
Yeah. As you
That
can see,
makes sense.
Noah unfortunately fell down. There's a really hard jump that he just did, and this one's also hard. Yep, for that exact reason.
This entire
He's
level is
having a
hard,
hard time
honestly.
right now. Please just go.
I'm not a fan of Owl Express. I've gotten better at it the more I played it, but it's one of those things where like
Yeah.
you need to focus on it.
This level is one of the hardest levels, especially for beginners, because you have to do an SDJ, which is a really hard jump to get good at. And Noah actually got the SDJ twice in a row, but he unfortunately didn't make the jump onto the spinning platforms, which I think are designed to work like that. If you ledge grab on it, then it just perfectly just slam dunks you down into the void.
It's the most frustrating thing. Oh,
Yeah.
no, I made that. I thought that platform was too high.
Yeah, that was close.
Now we're supposed to press more buttons, but pressing buttons takes forever. We're just gonna climb this thing.
Yep. So Noah lost about like 46 seconds there.
Yeah, you can get a good times around a minute, 59 seconds or so.
Yeah.
One of those two.
So Pepsiaverage doing Moon right now. This is the other timer that Noah's probably going to be going for right now. We'll probably see different strats here for this level. Pepsiaverage is doing really outdated strats. You don't need to go and hit this button to get on top of this this fence right here, which he's... Oh no, that's really bad. Unfortunate that he didn't land right on top of the fence right there.
Even if you just jump straight on it, you don't want to miss the fence.
Yeah, looks like he's gonna go press the other button now.
I mean, jumping onto that from where he was is kind of a hard jump.
Yeah. Most runners just, you can...
Mostly
with a
Noah
good...
probably doing a moment.
Yeah, you'll see what Noah does.
Pepsi dies.
Pepsi dying. That's not... This is catastrophic for him.
It's such, like, dying in general is bad, but once you lose all HP, you have to go through this another, like, just death animation, and it's just really bad. These owls also are really annoying to work with.
Yeah, so you can see what Pepsiaverage could be doing right now on Noah's screen. He just got on the other side of the fence, did a double jump while climbing up on top.
Because he, fully died, but the buttons got unpressed, so he has to redo those.
He's gonna try that fence jump again. He makes the same mistake as he did last time. This is really unfortunate Moon Rift for him. Looks like he's gonna be headed towards the button again.
But this time he has 3 HP, so even if he does die, he will just respawn and can climb back up with the button still pressed.
Yeah, so you can see Noah just did a ward ceremony. It's a really quick timepiece, you can just grab right away. And
It's pretty much the only reason we do Big Parade.
That we also made Parade for Moon. But yeah, Noah has 3 levels left to do. He's going to be doing Cheating in a Race, Mailroom, and then the finale.
All 3 of those are honestly very annoying levels for beginners.
Yeah. Cheating in a Race is very easily the hardest level for beginners because it requires really refined movement in order to actually make it. If you lose the race, you lose roughly 30 seconds. I don't know what the actual time is, but it's really not good if you miss. Yeah. So you can see Noah, he's doing platforming right now. Not super crisp, but it looks like he could make it.
Did Noah make the ice set during Train Rush? I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, yes, he did.
Okay.
Oh, this is actually really close. I'm not sure if it's gonna be really close if he makes it. Yeah. So good job for Noah getting it first try. It's really a
Pepsiaverage is failing some more on AliExpress.
Yeah, it looks like since Noah is ahead right now, we've switched to his audio.
Yeah, perhaps you just go straight for the casual strats. It's all the jumps on AliExpress are kind of hard. I can't say I blame him. Right, so these birds in mailroom that you see on Noah's screen, those birds are just the most annoying thing in this game. Well, second most annoying thing in this game.
Yeah, we don't see the first annoying thing in this game because they're not in any other chapters we do. But, maybe in the ATP tourney.
Yeah. No, if those birds hit you, like, they will do one of two things. They will either knock you right off the edge, or just knock you into another bird. There really isn't any other option if you get hit.
Yeah, if you're lucky, they'll knock you, and then you'll, like, have just enough time to get up, but either way, it's really annoying. So now we're finishing up all 25 timepieces that you need in order to unlock the finale. So now he just has to complete finale and then he'll be done. There's a really, really big skip coming up in this level, which is pretty hard to execute correctly. So let's see if he gets it. Yeah. It goes without saying though, Noah has a really huge lead right now ahead Pepsiaverage, so he can probably afford to miss it once or twice. Depends on how well Pepsiaverage completes cheating the race. That's my main concern with him. Cheating the race is probably the hardest level between where he is right now and where Noah is right now.
Not doubt that when you first start, cheating the race is the one level that can make or break a run. As you get better, it turns into finale, but otherwise, it's just annoying that the hard levels are right at the end of the run.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, all three of the last levels are pretty difficult. Specifically finale, I'd say. But cheating the race as well, and mailroom. If you could go for...
Mailroom's easy if you do old strats.
Yeah, Smiths and mailroom. Noah actually went for them, but unfortunately he bonked on the hard
really
part.
need to update mailroom. I haven't updated that since I first started playing.
Yeah, you can see Pepsiaverage making the ice hat right now. Noah actually made it in... Oh, Noah actually got up on HP. Noah made the ice hat in Train Rush, which was a couple levels earlier. Actually, it looks like Pepsiaverage is doing pretty good for cheating the race right now.
Yeah.
Let's get these good dive boosts.
Ooh.
Ooh,
Nasty.
yeah, that's not good. I don't think he knows that you can slide on the railing and get a really fast dive boost.
I've always found it hard to control that dive boost, so I only ever, like, maybe I'll try that one if I'm behind, but I'll just do a general slide.
Okay, Noah's doing finale skip, by the way.
Oh, he's doing full slides.
Yeah, he's doing a variation of finale skip, which is the hardest and fastest, where you don't get up at all. Okay, he just dodged one of the balls I'm about to talk about. Oh, that's the one. Unpause. Okay.
Oh my god, Pepsi both runners barely making cheating the race.
Yeah. Fortunately, Pepsiaverage missed it once. There's no it didn't. So now Pepsiaverage has mailroom, and then he'll be in finale.
I think if Noah fails one more time, he might actually, Pepsi could still win.
It's pretty... I don't know.
It would definitely be
Noah
close
would
at
have to
that,
die
I
at the
don't-
end. Let's see if Noah goes for full slides again, or if he's just gonna dive boost on top, which is a safe strat. He's gonna go for some variation of slides. We'll see if he does full slides by the first wall. I'll let you guys know when that is, because it's invisible. You can see on Pep. Oh no, the birds!
That's what.
He
Luckily, he got knocked
bird.
into a corner where the birds couldn't reach him at first, but
Yeah.
it's very easy for them to just continue running after you and just knock you off the edge.
Right.
Noah's
Still doing full
full
slides.
So if he makes this, you'll have a very comfortable lead, but if he misses this,
Wall
it's
right
going to be
here.
pretty close.
And then here's a hole right here.
Alright.
Okay, he made it. So now the only thing he has to do is get up from the slides, which is actually kind of hard. It's hard to do it consistently and safely. And then he needs to clip back in bounds.
And then
So
not that
hopefully
if
he
it's
doesn't.
phase.
Yeah. Okay, so he got up pretty safe. If Noah falls down and does not get into the mustache girl cutscene, that is a really big time loss, because
That
he will
would-
have to save an exit to hub.
Alright, he made it.
Oh,
Okay, he made it. He's back in bounds.
Don't
Now,
dare
the last thing he
can
could mess up catastrophically is die on this fight right here.
If he dies here, he'll have to go like about halfway back to the level, but be in the level where we can't actually finish it. So we have to go back to the level again.
There he goes. He's in the final phase now. Or not the final phase.
So
He's in
he
the...
can still lose a lot of time by dying, but he can't actually stop walking anymore.
Yeah. So, Pepsiaverage entering finale, because no one is entering fight in finale. No one would have to mess up really bad for Pepsiaverage to catch up right now. Let's see what
It'd
kind
probably
of
be like
finale
dying at
skip
the end of
Pepsiaverage
scary
will.
phase. But that's
Yeah.
it's possible, but it's something that you should get used to doing.
Yeah, also one thing to note, this boss fight obviously takes up a lot of bitrate, so it might be a little bit hard to see what's happening, but trust us, there's a lot of fighting and action going on. Pepsiaverage is getting into this finale skip right now.
Perhaps is actually getting very close to a PD.
You're right, actually. Pepsi is on pace for a really good PB. Pepsi's PB is 104.
Right to say that.
So, yeah. It's actually, this level might actually be the reason why it's 104. He might not be comfortable with finale.
Yeah, I mean, if you take a look at this timer, that's actually a live split timer. I think I saw it once or twice earlier. If that ever goes red, that means that he's behind his PB. And it's been green pretty much all level the entire time. So he's comfortably up.
Yeah, he has about 9 minutes to finish the melee, and in order to PB. And if he just does it normally, like if he gets finale skip and just does everything at a decent pace, he'll be able to PB by a couple of minutes. He just has to be able to do it, which he's having a really hard time doing.
What is next PB?
Now his PB is a 49.50 something, I think. I can check real quick. His PB is 49.37, and he got that 3 months ago. Excuse me, 7 months ago.
Oh, well, that's a bit of a difference.
Yeah, Noah's been focusing on other games. Pepsiaverage got he has 1 HP though, so
Yes, it's still scary for him.
So the reason why it's scary to have 1 HP is for the mustache girl fight.
What was...
Noah listening to Mustache Girl.
Men's Snatch is very, I can't... I don't know what I was gonna say. But at this point, he actually can't die, so it just depends on how fast he does this fight.
So, you can see on Pepsiaverage's screen, he's doing the safe alternative to what Noah did. He's jumping over the hole right now. Good. Okay, it's... The only thing he can mess up right now is clipping back in bounds and dying on Mustache Girl. And it's actually pretty scary, because he's on 1 HP, and if he dies on Mustache Girl, it's a huge time loss.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we have Noah finishing. His time is already lower than what Pepsiaverage's is right now, so he for sure is the winner of this race.
Is there actually a way for Pepsi to clip back and bounds earlier and like get some extra HP, go through the level normally, and collect the checkpoint? So if he dies, it's not a soft lock. But it, I timed it not perfectly. I had no Pepsi.
I saw that come on.
Yeah.
If
It
you...
was about 15 seconds the way I timed it.
That's a terrible time loss for Pepsi.
At this point, it'd be pretty close for him to get his PB.
Let's see.
No. Oh, that's...
Yeah, he killed himself right there, so he would actually have HP to do finale skip. Or to actually clip back in bounds. So the reason why that happened, what happened at the end of Finale Skip, there's some timepieces that you can stand on, but if you stand on the middle of them, then you fall off. It's really not good because of exactly what just happened right there.
Hey, should I not be here yet?
Oh, well, here we have Mr. Nowak.
Here, you want me to leave until... Yeah, I'm just gonna leave until Pepsi is done. You keep doing your thing.
Alright. Well, we had a little bit of a... what's the word? Cameo appearance from Noah, the winner of this race. He'll be back soon, probably. He's just being respectful, allowing Pepsiaverage to finish his run. So let's see, Pepsiaverage 59 right now. It's gonna be, the fight's about 3 minutes. It's gonna take him a while to get there. I don't know if he can PB anymore.
It'll be close.
Yeah, it will be close.
Okay, so quickly avoid the hole that's coming up right here.
Ooh. Oh my gosh, that's terrible. Unfortunate. Does he... he's just going down to... Is there a way out of here?
There's lava right below him you can land in.
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
He's doing something though. I wonder if he's... It looked like he was trying to hit a checkpoint or something.
You can't do it without 2 HP. If you had 2 HP, it's possible to bounce and warp back in. Because you're in the zone, I guess. It sticks out just barely. But on 1 HP, you don't, for whatever reason, you just can't do it.
Pepsiaverage just reset his life split. He's not moving. This makes me think he's going to DNF. Unfortunate.
Yeah, Finale is a very painful level.
Alright, well, I'll see if we can get both runners in here for a little bit of an interview. 1 second, please. It actually looks like Pepsiaverage isn't in here, in the Discord. Yeah, okay. Looks like we have a forfeit from Pepsiaverage. So he is going to DNF, unfortunately. I mean, obviously, he wouldn't have been able to win anyways if he didn't make that mistake, but it's still unfortunate that he's not be able to finish his run.
Hey, what up?
Hey, we have
congratulations on the win.
Yeah, congrats. Well, Noak, you got a 52 in your first race, and you got a 56 on this one. How are you feeling?
Bad. Both these runs stunk. This one stunk in particular because I woke up 10 minutes before the race started, and I haven't played in weeks.
Yeah, is that what your Facebook message was about, forgetting it was today?
Yeah, I didn't... Well, I knew it was there, like, in the back of my mind, but I completely forgot it was, like, an actual thing that was happening.
Yeah. So that's what happened in, when you hit the end and you just let Mustache Girl talk for a bit.
Wait, hold on. I can't hear anything. Hold on. Alright, what did you say? My bad.
So, you let Mustache Girl talk a little bit at the,
Yeah.
Was there any reason behind that, or you just...
I was tabbed out. I was typing.
Tabbed out during a race.
I mean, I'm not trying to BM or anything, but I was gonna win. I was pretty confident. I was pretty far ahead. I was like, okay, I can take a second. because I needed to. I was busy. I had stuff going on. And I
Yeah.
only
That's
like
our
AFK
lives.
for like what, a second or two? It's not even that bad.
I don't know how long it was. I was just curious what had happened. I didn't know if it was
Yeah,
probably
it's
the
just-
controller or something.
No, I was just AFK. There was a point in that fight, in the mustache girl fight, when I tried to throw a potion, just like it did a thing where like when you press your controller or your keyboard, it like pops up on the left, says like whatever controller you're using. It did that randomly, and it like completely stopped working for a second.
Oh, I think
But
I
other
saw.
than that, there was no problems with my controller or anything.
Yeah.
But overall, that run was Duke.
No, especially that was not a good like AliExpress rift I saw.
Yeah,
And, that subcon well.
yeah, the subcon well was pretty yikes. I was doing it. I didn't even know like what I did wrong. Like obviously I did a ton of stuff wrong in that, but I like tried to like grab onto the wall and it just I don't know if I wasn't close enough to it or what, but
Yeah, so you just needed to go forward a little bit more on that jump, on that
Yeah.
specific one that you kept messing up. So
yeah, that's probably it. Because I like sprint jumped at it once, and then as soon as I did that, I knew that time I was like, it was done. I had to do it again, but then the other one I was just brownie brain. So
yeah, unfortunate.
where's Pepsi?
He unfortunately he did get an invite, but he said he doesn't want to do an interview right now.
Unlucky. Well, that's pretty much all I got to say on my run. It was pretty bad. Both runs were bad. This one was especially bad. But
Yeah,
Yeah,
he had a
trust
bit
me,
of
I
a rough
understand.
start too. I'm remembering that I welcomed him off the zone in the
yeah,
game. Yeah, well, it's understandable because you
Well, I started-
had woke up.
yeah, I started picking it up like halfway through the run or something. Somewhere
Yeah,
around there.
coming out
I
of
think,
subcon, you were behind. Or no,
Barely
all
ahead of
before subcon you were behind, but then coming out of subcon you were starting to pick it up, like you said. And-
Yeah, because like it's like this switch in my brain. I got to like pipe secret in subcon, and I was like, okay, I gotta stop playing like trash can.
Yeah, you hit the cycle, which was surprising because
It was like the slow cycle. Well, it wasn't a slow cycle, but it was like the slower version of the fast cycle.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
Oh. Looks like we might actually be getting Pepsiaverage in here. I don't know. We're waiting on confirmation from Cyclone and Pepsi himself.
It looks like it's just some technical difficulties. Nothing new there. At least for me. I always have technical issues myself.
Hey, there he is.
There
What's
you
going
go.
on,
Hello.
Pepsiaverage?
It would help if everything worked.
I was just saying that. So aside from finale, how do you feel about that run?
Well, I was on pace for 58. 58. And I was actually PBing by a lot.
Yeah, we noticed that it was like you had 10 minutes or something
Yeah.
to do finale.
Yeah, we were talking about that. You had a decent window for PB if you could just finish finale skip,
Yeah.
but unfortunately it didn't happen.
Well, I don't know what happened when I landed on the diamonds. I somehow slid down. Off the
Oh
diamonds.
yeah. So when you land on the diamonds, as you call them, you want to land on the part that's like closer to where you jump from. Like you don't want to land like in the middle of them, or else you'll slide off.
Yeah,
Like-
well, I realized that then. And as soon as that happened, I just lost concentration of what I needed to do, and
Yeah.
well, it's pretty much rip run then.
Yeah, that's understandable. It's
No,
unfortunate
it's
that happened to you.
one of those levels that it's just like you can either do it or you can't.
Yeah,
I had a run yesterday that I could have easily PB'd. And I'm at finale and I messed it up once and then I messed up like 7 more times.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
we all messed up finale a little bit. No, actually fell down
Yeah, I
at
died.
the hole doing full slides like a madman. I didn't think you would do full slides, I'll be honest.
I always do full slides.
I didn't think we're going
Yeah.
to it the second time.
Yeah.
Of course I go
it's-
for it. The only thing I won't go for millions of times in a row is bag scoop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We saw that. Unfortunate.
Yeah, that's a bad first attempt.
Shut
Also, Moon Rift wasn't pleasant for me.
Yeah. That was.
That looked
that was crazy.
unfortunate.
And it's a good thing I'm not a male man because apparently no one wanted a male.
Dude, that was crazy watching you like just like Gatling gun them with mail.
I was like,
it was funny.
how did none of them hit?
Yeah.
I wasn't I wasn't mad that I lost my run. It's just like I was like, okay, I just ripped my run. Okay, I'll just get it next time. It's a really easy PB. Like my summer best is now 56.50 and my PB is like 104.28. So it's like I got so much time.
Yeah,
Just
you're
get
definitely
a good
capable.
moon and get a good finale and it's free.
Yeah, okay. Before you do another run, I recommend checking out your moon strat specifically because the way you do moon is really old compared to like what you can do now, and there's a lot of like easier things you can do as well. To speed it up a lot.
I tried the wall jump method. I found that really awkward to do.
Oh, like just getting up to the fence from.
No, like going past the fence. There's a gap between two walls where you can run wall jump between the two up the pillar.
Oh yeah.
All the way up that. There's that one.
I think that one's more of a safety shot than anything, honestly. I don't see people doing that.
The reason why I go around the first fence to get the first one and then hook shot to the fence. I try to hook shot to the fence pole, and then I try and wall jump to get the wall skip straight away. And then if I miss it, then I got the other button to hit on my backup shot because I was actually losing runs because I was trying to get the fence over and over and over again, and I just couldn't get the fence. So I just, as a backup strat to save my runs a bit more, I just got the other button to do the backup. But I didn't realize that I would have really bad luck and get slingshotted by the owls twice.
Yeah.
And also, I didn't realize if you died, you'd also have to get the gates again.
Yeah.
So
that's a painful one. I noticed that one especially on AliExpress.
yeah, it wasn't a fun day for me.
Yeah.
But the rest of it, I was really happy with. Like, I got a lot of gold splits that I didn't think I would actually get gold splits in. So yeah, still a lot of time to get my PB.
Yeah. So unfortunately, that knocks Pepsiaverage out of the tournament. Noak is going to go forward and fight, or race, not fight. He's going to race Fuff in round 2 of losers. So good luck to you, Noah.
Yeah. Good luck.
Good
for the
luck
rest
to
of the
you,
race.
Pepsi, as well, for PBing. In, I know for sure. You can so easily get sub 1, man.
Yeah,
You get this.
it just puts me off when I just ripped it at finale. Actually, the last time I ripped it was that cheat in the race, which I've had some bad luck as well. And I hit the bird, which was really,
Yeah.
really bad.
Bird just got in your way.
Anyway, thanks for the commentary, and I'll speak to you guys some other day.
Yep. That's gonna do it for us tonight, guys. So thanks for hanging out and watching the A Hat in Time 80% tournament. I was your commentator Pulsar, joined by Hardcore Cheese, and I'll see you guys next time.
Peace.